everyone, welcome back to your channel Technology Incredible. Today we will solve problem number 1 from the LeetCode, that is 2 sum, and this is the first problem of LeetCode and an easy one. Let's check out the problem. Given an array of integer nums and an integer target, and we have to return the indices of two numbers such that they add up to the target value. Okay, we have to return the index such that two indexes we have to return from this nums array such that by adding those indexes value we get the target value. Okay, and one more note they have given that the problem has exactly one solution. Okay, there are not multiple solution for that, and you may not use the same element twice, and we can't use the same element twice. Okay, what they mean by this is if a target value is 4 and array is 2 comma 3, then we have to return the index. Okay, 2 is at 0th index and 1 is, then we can't return this, that is we can't take the 0th index value two times. This is wrong. But if this is the case, that is this is a nums array, then this is a, then we can return 0 comma 1 for target value 4. Okay, this is right, but this is wrong. Okay, let's check next. So they have given some examples, like the first example is 2 7 11 15 and target value is 9. Okay, then what they have written, they have written 0 and 1. Okay, these are the indexes at which the value, if we add, then we get a target value, like 2 plus 7 equals to 9. So they have written a list of output 0 comma 1, 2 comma 2 plus 7 equals to 9. So 2 is at 0th index and 7 is at first index. So 0 comma 1 is the output. Like this, the next example they have given is 3 2 4 and target value is 6. So 1 comma 2 they have written, because 2 plus 4 is 16, 3 plus 2 is 5, it is not 6. Okay, 2 plus 4 is 6, so 2 is at first index and 4 is at second index, so they have written 1 comma 2. Like this, nums array is 3 comma 3 and target value is 6, then they have written 0 comma 1. That is, if the elements are repeated in the array itself, then we can use them, but we can't repeat the value, like we can't, here we can't return 0 comma 0, we can't repeat the same index value. Okay, let's check. We have two approach for this solution. First is brute force, which have order of n cross n complexity. We have to retain the whole array n number of times, but in the brute force approach, if 2 comma 1 comma 5 comma 4, let's say if a target value is 4, then we are starting from 2. Okay, then first what we will do, we will do target minus nums value, it will be the difference value. Okay, and so 4 is the target value, 2 is the nums value for the index 0. Then what is the desired value? If we get 2 here, then if we get 2 here, then that 2 plus 2, we will retain the first index is 0 and the second index, if we get 2 in the remaining element, then we will retain that index. So for this we have to retain the whole array n number of times. Okay, we have to check first this element, then for this element, then for this element, and then for this element, like this. But what we can use is we can use a hash map for storing the previous values. Okay, so a complexity will reduce. Now what we can do in the optimized approach is, let's say this is a nums array and we have value 2 1 5 3. Okay, a target value is 4. So if we start iterating from here, then what we will do, first a value will be 2, then we will store First we will check is this 2 is in our hash map. Target minus 2 equals to 2. Okay. First we will check is the difference is in our hash map. No. Uh, uh, at this time our hash map is empty. So what we will do? We will add this value, this. Okay. 2 here. And key will be the number and value will be the index. It is at 0th index. Now, because the difference is not in this hash map, okay, we need difference. We found the first index. Then if we get difference also, then we will retain the both indexes 0 comma that. Okay. Now, what we are here at the first index. Now what we will check? The target minus 1. That will be equals to 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now what we will check? That is 3 is here in our hash map. Any key with value 3, any key, the key 3 is there in hash map? No. 2 is there but 3 is not there. So what we will do? We will add this value at the first index. Value will be 1 and the key will be 1. Okay. These are the numbers and these are the indexes. Now here 5. Now 5 will come. Now target minus 5. What we need? Minus 1. Is minus 1 is there here in the hash map? No, minus 1 is not here. So what we will do? We will do the index value will be 2 and the key will be 5. The number value. Okay. Now next we reached here 3. Okay. Now target minus 3. 4 minus 3 will be 1. What we need? 1. We need 1. Now what we will do? We will check here that is 1 present here. The key 1 present here. Yes, we have 1 here. So what we will do? We will retain one index of this. 3 is at index 0, 1, 2, 3 and 1 is at index 1. So we will retain this. These are the values of indexes as output. So for this, what we can do is if one value is at this index, another value is at this index. Okay. Then iterating to this value, we didn't get the another value. We get the first value. First value we already have received. Okay, 1. But we didn't receive the next value, that is 3. 3 is here. 1 is here but 3 is here for target value 4. So what we have to do? We have to iterate this much more elements. But we don't need to iterate for again. Okay, for every element again. Because we can iterate only once. We are storing the previous values. Okay. We are storing the previous values and we are iterating only once. So complexity will be n. If we would not be storing this, then we have to iterate for this much elements again. And then complexity would become n cross n. But for this, what we are doing? We are doing this in time complexity order of n. But the second thing is we are using the extra memory also for this hash map. Okay. So, and how much memory we need? We need if there are n number of elements in this nums array, then we need this n number of spaces in this hash map. So this is memory complexity will be order of n and time complexity will also be order of n. So if we run the code, let's check out the code in Python. So first I have created the hash map which have the value nums and which have the key as the values in nums. Okay, each element in nums will have like this. we are creating this hash map. And in the starting, we are creating an empty hash map, and the values for this every num integer will be its index in this array. Now what we are doing, we are iterating for this array. Now for each I comma num, I is the index and num is the number in this nums list. Okay, here in Python it is passed as list. So this I comma num is the I is the index and num is the value number in the nums array. Now first we will find the difference target. This is the target integer value. So we will find target minus num, and then if difference is present in hash map, if a difference value is present in this hash map, then what we will do, we will return the index of that difference and our I. Okay, and if this difference is not present in hashmap, then what we will do, we will add that number and its index in the hashmap. We will fill the hashmap. Okay, at the end we return this return will cover all the cases, but for by default we are entering one more return statement here. Okay, this will pass all your test cases, and time complexity will also reduce. Improve. If we submit it, okay, 90 millisecond and faster than 71%. Thank you.